One of my favourite pieces of photography was taking the sunset over there across Gosport from the top of the Spinnaker Tower. I went up there, stayed there until the sunset because it really was quite a scene. Getting near sunset now, and we're down here again in Portsmouth, and yesterday we went to explore all the work they've done going up the coast through Southsea towards Eastney. And if we now jump in the time machine, we'll take you back to yesterday when we were just the other side of the water here. It's warm, no, it's hot in Portsmouth to this time. We don't always get that luck, and it brings people out to drink, including me. I've just been in one of those pubs behind me, having a pint. And we're down so near to Gunwharf Quays that it's just across the water behind us. I'm going to do what I shouldn't really. Ruth's holding the camera, and I'm going to turn it around now. Sorry about that. I wanted you to see the crowds behind us first. We've been out to Southsea today. Since we were last here, they've developed all the walkways and the beaches and the promenades all the way up the coast here, through Southsea and as far as Eastney. And they've done a really good job. There's little bits of it still not finished, but we're going to show you most of that. Now I'm going to get Ruth to turn around, because the big landmark here, of course, is the Spinnaker Tower, which is right behind me. And it's the thing that we can see from all around the place. It's visible day and night, and we can see it from our travel lodge because we're on the 6th floor. Last time we stayed last year, they put us on the 9th floor. It doesn't make any difference. You can still see the Spinnaker Tower from our bedroom window. By the time we got down to Southsea Beach, it was virtually lunchtime, and the first little cafe we came across was this one right on the beach, and they did some excellent fish and chips with the tartar sauce, and that is what we had. As you walk along the seafront, you have the choice of the pebble beach with some sand if the tide's out. You have a wide promenade you can walk along, and there are also some very nicely landscaped gardens to relax in. This was another one of those spaces we've come across a lot of lately. Loads of room here, so that even when there's lots of people out, you don't really feel crowded. This is quite a historic area, and as we head towards Old Portsmouth, you start to see these kind of signs along the front that tell you some of the history and show you some old maps. There's a few jet skis out on the Solent. You'll also see the Isle of Wight ferries going past, and some of the other ferries going further afield down to France and so on. And there's some fairly unique forms of water transport you might spot as well. We're heading towards Southsea Castle, and since I was last here, there are now castle fountains to see. I did try and go into the castle, but there was a wedding on that day. We had a little peep round the corner, and yes, the wedding was in full progress. So the castle fountains it was, mainly for the kids. I didn't see any adults in here, but wouldn't be the first time if one or two of them decided to cool off in this way. We're approaching Clarence Pier now, and this is where you come across the hovercraft service to the Isle of Wight. It's the fastest way to get there. I believe it takes about 10 minutes. And so we've arrived at Clarence Pier, and some refreshments are here. You can have an ice cream, that was popular, or some fresh fruit. For me, I think a cup of coffee is what's called for. At Clarence Pier there's plenty for the kids with the fairground and plenty of other little places to eat and drink. More fish and chips here as well. But we kept going at this point. The Big Dipper was not for us, and we walked through Old Portsmouth where the cathedral is. We visited that last time we were here, but we were heading for the pubs at the far end. Which one did we go in? Well, it was the one with the shortest queue to the bar, and believe me, there were pretty long queues at the bar. And that was a few miles walk along the seafront at Southsea, ending up back in Portsmouth and heading across to Gunwharf Quays. We noticed a couple of new features here, and then in the main square of the shopping centre we noticed they've now got a robot.